The Excursion by William Wordsworth, 1770 to 1850. Meanwhile, at social industry's command, how quick, how vast an increase! From the germ of some poor hamlet, rapidly produced here a huge town, continuous and compact, hiding the face of earth for leagues, and there, where not a habitation stood before, abodes of men irregularly massed, like trees in forests, spread through spacious tracts, o'er which the smoke of unremitting fires hangs permanent and plentiful as wreaths of vapour glittering in the morning sun. And wheresoe'er the traveller turns his steps, he sees the barren wilderness erased or disappearing. Triumph that proclaims how much the mild Directress of the plough owes to alliance with those new-born arts. Hence is the wide sea peopled, hence the shores of Britain are resorted to by ships, freighted from every climate of the world with the world's choicest produce. Hence that sum of keels that rest within her crowded ports, or ride at anchor in her sounds and bays, that animating spectacle of sails that, through her inland regions to and fro, pass with the respirations of the tide, perpetual, multitudinous. I grieve when on the darker side of this great change I look, and there behold such outrage done to nature as compels the indignant power to justify herself, yea, to avenge her violated rights, for England's bane. Okay, this is a poem by William Wordsworth. William Wordsworth was one of the great romantic poets. He was born in Cumberland in the Lake District, and he has a great love of nature. Now this poem it's about the wonders or the massive improvement, the massive increase in industrialization, the massive changes that have come through industrialization, and the poem admires the progress that man has made, but at the same time it condemns the destruction of our natural world. And it's really looking at both things at the same time. It's acknowledging how technology and progress has improved society, but it also expresses horror at the way the natural world is being erased, how smoke hangs everywhere, and natural beauty is decreasing and being lost. Meanwhile, at social industry's command, how quick, how vast an increase. So society is asking industry to produce more and more, and everything is increasing incredibly rapidly. Everything is growing massively. From the germ of some poor hamlet, so from the tiny seed of some tiny poor little village, rapidly produced here a huge town. So some tiny little village suddenly becomes a huge town, continuous and compact, hiding the face of earth for leagues. Okay, so suddenly there's this huge town which covers a huge area of the face of the earth, and there is only town. And there, where not a habitation stood before, abodes of men irregularly massed like trees in forests, spread through spacious tracts. And in other places where there was absolutely nothing, it was just pure nature, where there were no buildings before, suddenly there are houses of men, and they are springing up like the trees spring up in the forest, a house here, a house there, and this irregularity is echoing the fact that it's not beautiful, that it's not harmonious, the lack of harmony, and it's this human habitation is spreading through huge tracts of land, destroying this land, o'er which the smoke of unremitting fires hangs permanent and plentiful as wreaths of vapour glittering in the morning sun. So, and there is smoke, there's a pall of smoke over everything, because these houses, they need fires to keep warm, they need fires to cook with, and there is smoke hanging over these places which before were virgin beautiful nature, and these are as wreaths. A wreath is a set of flowers that go to a funeral. So the smoke is hanging like a wreath of flowers for a funeral, and then he says it's like vapour, the mist glittering in the morning sun, but it's not mist in the morning sun, it's smoke. And wheresoe'er the traveller turns his step, he sees the barren wilderness erased. And wherever you go, if you travel, wherever you step, you see the empty wilderness, the wild nature has suddenly been rubbed out. It no longer exists, or disappearing, or it's disappearing. Triumph that proclaims how much the mild directress of the plough owes to alliance with these newborn arts. So this he's saying, this rapid growth of people, the increase in population, this proclaims, this says how much the agreement, the interaction between these new arts, these new industries, and farming. Farming is the mild directress of the plough. So it's saying that farming techniques have also improved massively, and that's why there are lots and lots more people. People are surviving more. There's more food. This progress in its way is very good, and the interaction between farming and the new techniques, new ways of doing things has helped people. Here is the wide sea peopled, hence the shores of Britain are resorted to by ships freighted from every climate of the world with the world's choicest produce. So for this reason, the Britain now has more people, and the shores and all sorts of ships come to Britain, and they bring freight, they bring products, they bring merchandise from every part of the world, and they bring the choicest products, the best things from all over the world. So there's an increase in the population, there's an increase in wealth, and there are lots of seas coming to Britain's shores to sell all of the best products that the world can have, that the world has. Hence that sum of keels that rests within her crowded ports, or ride at anchor in her sounds and bays. And this is the reason that there are the keels of ships in ports. There are lots and lots of ships in ports. There are ships riding at anchor in the bays. So for this reason, lots and lots of ships are coming to visit us, and that is because of the Industrial Revolution, that everything has changed, that there is that animating spectacle of sails that through her inland regions to and fro pass with the respirations of the tide, perpetual, multitudinous. So there are all of these ships, all of these sails mean that this merchandise goes through inland. It comes from the sea and it goes into the land, and this is like the lifeblood, the tide going up and the tide going down. It's almost like this is the heartbeat of the nation, the tide, and there are perpetual ships going up, perpetual ships going down. There is trade going everywhere. And this is the Industrial Revolution, that things the way of doing things has changed. And then he changes. I grieve, I'm really sad, when on the darker side of this great change I look. So when I look at the bad things that have happened, it makes me really sad. So in many ways this is very good. It's good for people. But there is a darker side. And there behold such outrage done to nature as compels the indignant power to justify herself. So there are huge outrages done to nature, that man is destroying nature. It's doing outrageous things to nature. And this is something that needs to not to be justified. This is something that cannot be justified. That nature, to justify herself, will take action against it. So the power of nature, nature will take her power and do things to stop this. And this is perhaps storms and wind and cold weather and things like that. Yea, to avenge her violated rights. And nature is perfectly within reason to do this, because man has done such terrible things to nature, has erased, has destroyed such beautiful nature, and nature will fight back, and nature will reply. Nature will show her strength. And it's almost like a fight between the destruction. So he's contemplating that the Industrial Revolution, it's brought great benefits, but it's also very destructive as well. So the world that he lives in is vibrant with business, but it's destroying nature, it's destroying the environment, and this is the potential harm that progress can bring. So, the Excursion by William Wordsworth.